Premier Planet, it's Dave the Awesome alongside
What's up?
Rockin, and we're here with the preview show for the next taping here in the Premier Studios in Woodstock, Illinois. And I'm going to tell you, it's looking like a fantastic card already.
It is. I'm already entertained and thinking that it's worth the price of admission. First announcement, which is almost as big as Lesnar making money on both ends with UFC again and WWE. Ronnie Metro is finally coming back to step in the ring and wrestle this Saturday night in Woodstock.
And honestly, I don't know if I'm frightened, I don't know if I'm scared, I don't know if I'm excited. There's so many emotions going on.
I know what I'm feeling. You want to know what I'm feeling?
What are you feeling?
All the above.
I'm going to tell you, if you've been following the Facebook page or at PremierProWrestling.com, I'm going to tell you right now, Ronnie's lost a few more screws, I think, while he's been gone.
He's getting weirder and weirder and weirder. But it's not something that you can laugh off anymore because it really is getting scary.
I don't know if it's scary or weird, but there's one word that definitely encompasses it. Unpredictable.
Unpredictable, exactly. Mr. Unpredictable.
So you never know.
Ronnie Metro is coming back this Saturday night.
So you have to be here in the studio to see what's up his sleeve and what he's going to do coming in.
What else we got?
We've got a lot of, while someone's coming back, someone is leaving the Premier Studio with the loser.
The yin and the yang. I see what you did there, Grasshopper.
There you go. We have Irish Andy Anderson and the Science Marcus Smith, and one of them's no longer going to be on the PPW roster.
This thing has been going on for 6-8 months now, at least, right?
At least.
It's finally come to the point where Marcus the Science Smith, who is way, way, way down, if you're going by wins and losses, challenging Andy Anderson to a loser leaves town match.
And you gotta look at it from both guys' perspective. It's gonna be nuts. I mean, you're not just putting a win or a loss. You're not putting a belt. You're putting your career here in the studio on the line.
And not to mention, you know, most of the time, like I say, it's always the Science leaving here with his tail between his legs. Did you see what he had to say this week about Andy Anderson?
I did, and I couldn't go back and look at it. Hopefully you've done so by scrolling down and seeing that. It was just, oh man. If you're Andy, how do you respond to that?
I don't think Andy knows what's going on. However, law of averages says, and I'm going to quote a great man, you can't lose forever.
This is true.
So if Andy Anderson does have any kind of emotion in check, I'd be concerned.
This is true. Again, something you're going to see this Saturday at the Premier Studios in Woodstock. So let's talk about another thing that's boiled over. And we're talking, it's a pot that's been on the stove way too long.
It's a pressure cooker. You ever see Woody Woodpecker back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Woody gets an alligator trapped inside the pressure cooker, and he cranks it up. And he cranks it up, and the alligator's eyes are doing this, and the alligator's turning red. And the pressure cooker explodes. The alligator shoots off into space, and back then they put a dog into space the first time. The alligator soars past the dog in this little rocket, and the dog looks down and says, "Alligator, go home!" That's exactly what's going on with Iniestra and Vine. And this thing is heated up to a point where it's really getting insane, and something's going to have to give.
And those are the analogies you're only going to get here at the Premier Studio live in Woodstock.
I'm probably the only guy alive still that can remember that cartoon. But I'll never forget though. Alligator, go home!
But you're right. You know, you see these guys, you know, they're starting to get into each other's post, you know, taping interactions now. Justin Barlow you were involved last week trying to separate them.
I had to calm Iniestra down because these old knees couldn't hold him back.
So there's 6 days between the last taping and this taping where those guys are not allowed to touch each other. I'm going to be surprised how they're going to interact when, you know, they finally get into the ring and
I'm going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised. The fans are going to be surprised. Like they were last week when these two went at it tooth and nail, nail and tooth, tooth and nail. Unbelievable matchup. This way, that way, the other way. They're two guys that are evenly matched. What's next, David? Because I'm starting to oversell again.
The last thing is the main event for the PPW World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh my Lanta. This thing between Gosling and Colton, Gosling again with this mental game that he's been playing on Colton. You know, here's Colton, nice kid, good kid, comes from a good family. He comes out here and works harder than anybody else. He's focused like nobody else here. You can't help but like the kid. The fans have taken to the kid. He takes the fan support with him when he's in that ring, and he's done some amazing things and gone against some insurmountable odds. But this Gosling in his ear, always in his head. Now the kid doesn't know which way is up, which way is down. Last week, Chase Gosling hit him in the scrotum 3 times during the matchup. Referee didn't see it. Colton finally gets his opportunity, looks down at his own stuff and says, you know, he hit me 3 times. Why not? Boom, he nails him. He thinks he has him on the roll-up. Nope. Colton by disqualification. Now he's got this good, upstanding kid with integrity that was born and bred in the heartland of America, shoving referees and hitting people below the belt in a matchup. I mean, what's next?
I don't know. What's next is you got to think that Colton's going to lose it and lose everything. You know, at one of these times, if he doesn't keep his composure, if he doesn't keep his head on straight, the blinder's going to catch up to him.
Let's just hope that someone can get through to him. You saw me speak to him last week. You fans, keep on him. I know that kid appreciates you guys backing him, and I think that that's what keeps his performance level the way it is. We'll see if he can keep it in perspective this Saturday night when Gosling claims to have a big surprise. He says it's a big surprise for Colton. He says it's a big surprise for us, and it's a big surprise for the fans, and we all want to be there to see it. I don't know what this surprise is. One can only imagine.
Yep, Nuggets, you're only going to see that live here in the Premier Studio at 1230 Davis Road in Woodstock, Illinois. 7 p.m. Doors are opening. Get those seats ahead of time. Make sure you're checking PremierProWrestling.com for ticket information. I'm the Buffoon in Maroon, Dave the Awesome.
We'll see all y'all this Saturday night in Woodstock.
See you Saturday.